Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I have an EDC update. If you're not familiar, EDC stands for everyday carry. This is basically the stuff I carry every day. Give or take a couple knives that I'm still doing testing on. I'm actually revisiting some older knives that I've had for a while to do reviews on, but we're gonna jump right into it. Don't have my phone in front of the camera right now just because it's charging, because it's an iPhone and the battery's always dead. Well, it's an old iPhone, so no hit on them for that. But anyway, that's really not that exciting anyway. Wallet, still the same one. It just gets darker every time it gets on camera. Saddleback leather. This is a trifold. I don't think they make this one anymore. At least that's what I've been told. I actually want to visit the website. I haven't seen their latest stuff in a while. But obviously completely broken in. I'm completely used to using this with the strap. It's totally fine. Actually, it's amazing the strap still, held up really, really well. So anyway, that is it for the wallet. As far as my keys, pretty much the same as you guys probably saw it last time. Besides the actual keys themselves, I have a little glow stick in case I do drop this. I've actually dropped this probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 times since I put this on here. It's been on here for over a year. And it kind of charges during the day. It's not tritium or anything, so it does have to have light to initially charge, but even if I'm indoors, just the indoor lighting charges enough where if I go outside and I happen to drop it, I can quickly see it in the dark. Also, I have a key. This goes to the lockbox in my trunk. I have a security box to keep my firearms, especially if I am traveling through a state where I can't have it on me. I literally have to pull over and get out, unload the gun, keep the ammo separate from the firearm, lock everything up, so it's a very important thing. Also, if I happen to be at the store shopping for something and I get something valuable, I'll have to put that in there. I have it actually cable chained to part of the interior on the trunk. So you'd have to cut the cable, or try to break into the box or something. It's actually, I think I did a video on a long time ago. If I haven't, tell me down in the comments and I'll do one. But it uses my fingerprint to open. But in case the battery dies, obviously it's electronic, I have to have the key to override it. Besides that, the pocket clip, which I use all the time. This titanium pocket clip, this one was from CountyCom, but there's many similar types of clips that people use. I've raved about this before, still use it today. When I take my keys off, I just loop that through my belt loop on my pants. In the off chance I don't have a belt loop, I'm not wearing jeans or cargo pants or something like that, the keys still go in the pocket. It's not that big of a deal. That's why I still have my continue mission tag. That would be to pull the keys out if I'm not using that. Flashlight from Olight. I switched to the green one. I used to have the black one on there. Little pill holder, which I keep just Motrin in case I get a headache or something and I'm out and about. And a handcuff key. So pretty much it. So those are the keys. As far as the watch, I have 2 new watches that are both awesome, but I switched back to the pilot's watch just because it's also awesome. I just like it. It's comfy. So that's the watch. Some new things. It's wintertime, so that means chapstick. I usually carry these, but also the Burt's Bees happens to be really good, but this one has a little bit more peppermint in there. Peppermint's the only flavor, I guess you could say, that I use for chapstick. Just like to keep the lips, moist. Obviously, it's not a aesthetic thing. I don't really care if my lips look dry. It's just if my lips get super dry and I smile, they crack and it hurts. No one wants that. But anyway, having nice moist lips all through winter is not hurtful if you happen to be married or have a girlfriend. So that's kind of a bonus. And also, I usually smell like peppermint, which is nice. Besides that, because you guys don't really care what my lips smell like, let's talk about this organizer. Okay, this is the Hitch and Timber, the 2.0. Absolutely love it. Still been kept since the day I got it. I've carried it every single day. I still love that it is a pocket organizer. I might try more in the future. This one also breaking in. It's pretty much as dark as the wallet now, so they match very nicely, which is pretty cool. As far as the pen, I swapped out to a brass version. Just because, I didn't like the finish on the stainless. It bothers me a little bit that these two are, not brass. So maybe in the future, maybe, just maybe, I'll switch over to some other brass stuff because I'm weird like that and I like things to match, but it doesn't bother me that much. As far as the light from using this, and I do take my light out, every now and again, it got a little bit loose. I had it like this. Okay, so getting a little bit looser, I decided to switch over and use the clip that's on here, all right, to clip it in. And that's just so that, again, it's not gonna accidentally fall out. This sits in my pocket like this the entire time it's in my pocket anyway. So it's unlikely to fall out, but I don't like things being loose. So now it's actually just clipped and it still fits in there perfect. As far as the lighter, I talked about this before. I don't have a use for this all the time. I just like the idea of having fire. And of course, you know, when I talked about this, this vector lighter, a lot of people hated the idea, you know, they didn't see an advantage. And I'm not trying to sell the idea to other people. I just happen to like it. But when I do use this, I just use two hands and I flip the gas on and spark at the same time. All right, so I'm not wasting any of that gas. So honestly, it's just really cool. It's not like it has that much of an advantage over other lighters. And it's funny because in that video I was talking about why I like it. The idea that I can just use the, you know, the top and the flint to spark without turning the gas on, and some people just didn't get it. So that's totally fine. To each their own. You know, like I said, it doesn't have that much more of an advantage of any other lighter. I just happen to like it. But like as I mentioned before, I might swap it out anyway for something brass. So I'm kind of in the market for maybe a brass flashlight and a new brass type lighter. We'll see. But the pen also comes in handy. I actually use it way more than I thought it would. Usually when you need a pen, it's provided for you, like you're at a business or a bank or whatever. They have, if you have to actually use it, whoever you're with has one, but you know, it's just a little classier to take out your own. So besides that, let's talk about the firearms real quick. I am carrying both my firearms, the Kel-Tec P3AT as a backup instead of a spare mag. I just have a spare gun. Mostly because it's wintertime. I'm wearing my concealed winter jacket. I've showed that in, you know, videos past. That jacket has multiple interior pockets, which is really nice. I might start carrying a full-size multi-tool again, possibly a larger flashlight, just depends. But still, the Gen 3 Glock 19 with the Kydex. I do like the leather a lot more, just the Kydex is more convenient, a little bit more comfortable. But like I said, instead of carrying a spare magazine for that, I just have the spare gun. It's not as easily accessible as a spare mag, but instead of doing a mag change, it's, in my opinion, God forbid something ever happens with this. I mean, it's very unlikely I'll have to even pull it, but if I did and it jammed or something, you know, anything can happen, right? The 1 in a million chance I'm actually pulling it out, or 1 in 10 million, 100 million, who knows, and it does actually malfunction or something, having another gun's nice. It's not super important to me. It's just if I'm going to carry the weight of a spare mag, I might as well just have another gun, right? Plus, this is more so for when I am on private property, not where I live, but you know, family members or friends or something like that. I have an issue with animals. There's a lot of animals in the area. If I do have to pull a gun, for example, more so in the summertime, but I've taken my Kel-Tec out and taken care of, let's say, snakes. You know what I mean? That's something that's happened before. Of course, I can't show that on YouTube. You guys know my squirrel incident, and if you're new to YouTube, you know, one of the old viewers can certainly mention it in the comments. But I don't show stuff like that. It does happen, but I don't show it anymore. So anyway, that's the deal with that. As far as the knives, I revisited the Civivi brands. I have a couple models from them. You will definitely see a review coming in the future on these. Pretty darn impressive. Don't want to get too much into it, you know, right now, because I will do the reviews. Also, as you guys clearly noticed the second the video started, I do have a Benchmade Bugout. A lot of people asking me my opinions on it. Got this one in a trade a little while back and been using it. I do have opinions, and we'll talk about those when I do the review. So that's also coming. And you guys saw this. This is the Smith & Sons Mud Bug. And I just really, really love this knife. It really is awesome for a traditional pattern. I love it. I absolutely love it. And one of the cool things about this, which is really weird to me, because I, like most of my life, I have a full-size knife that's clipped to my pocket. However, I've been doing more bowling lately. You guys know I got into bowling with my wife, you know, a little bit, I don't know, maybe 7 months ago, 8 months ago, something like that. And then we didn't bowl for a while because we had a lot of stuff going on, but now that it's wintertime, it's a fun indoor activity we do occasionally. When I go bowling, I wear like jogger style pants, so I'm more comfortable, and I don't like having something clipped in my pocket. So that's when I have this still, and I have the Mud Bug next to it. So it's actually just all in the pocket. So it's a lot more comfortable. That's when I'm carrying stuff like that with no pocket clip. An update on the old EDC. So let me know in the comments some new gear that you've gotten, things you've liked, things you don't like. mention something that you've been carrying for more than a year. Some of you out there have the same EDC year in and year out because you found what you like and you stopped. Unlike some of us who are continuously just trying new stuff. But yeah, if you've had a specific type of gear, maybe it's a knife, a watch, a wallet, keys, whatever, some kind of piece of gear that you've had for more than a year and just absolutely love, I'd be interested to hear about it. All right, I'm back for a second. Clearly I forgot to take my neck knife off for the video. As I'm gathering stuff and putting it back in my pockets, I realized this was dangling around my neck. So obviously went back to the cold steel spike for a neck knife option. Although I will say that I revisited the Outdoor Edge LeDuc maybe about a week ago or so. Carried that for a couple days. So you guys know I love my neck knives, and I will do a video in the near future. When I say near, I mean sometime this winter, on my entire neck knife collection, because it has grown substantially. So stay tuned for that. But had to show this before I go, because I know people will be like, dude, where's the neck knife? We know you carry them. So there it is. Went back to the spike. Have a great day, guys. I will see you tomorrow.